I really feel like black men are addicted to struggle and poverty. 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 Poverty.
That man even speak English.
This woman says that her best friend kicked her out of her wedding because she wore a yellow dress. That's awful. Let's see what she has to say.
You guys really want to see the yellow dress that got me kicked out of my friend's wedding?
We do.
And I'm not one to disappoint you. So I'm going to go put it on, and you're going to tell me, is it yellow or is it white?
Wait.
I really don't think you guys
Is
are
it white
is
is yellow?
Now listen, I really thought that yellow would be totally appropriate to wear to a wedding. I never in a million years thought that this dress would get you. Tell me what you think.
It's always going to be your own kind. Men are the problem. Men always try to humble women. Here it is, right here in live and living color in 4K. This woman is trying to supplant, is trying to outshine her friend on her wedding day. Somebody in the comments said, forget the color. That's a wedding dress. That's exactly what that is. And this is what modern women do to their friends, quote unquote.
If you're ever wondering if he likes you, he doesn't. You're wondering because he doesn't like you. Okay? Men are black and white. Let's be for real. If he's not asking you out, it's because he doesn't want to go out with you. If he's not texting you, it's because he doesn't want to text you. Oh, I'm confused because he said this. No, stop. Oh, but I really, really like him. No, you don't. Stop. Shut up. You're just bored. You're bored because you don't have a hobby outside of hanging out with your friends and media consumption. What the hell else are you going to do? Of course you think you like this guy. You don't have anything else to do. Please. Anytime you start thinking about a guy and that's what you're doing with your time, that's how you're spending your time, you need to go find something else to do. I don't care if it's professional frisbee throwing, okay? Or you need to pick up freaking knitting. Whatever it is, you have to do something else. Like, this is out of control. It's out of control. You know, you're not confused. Men do not do mixed signals. There's no games here, okay? Like, very straight up, if he is not dating you, it's because he doesn't want to date you. And not everyone has good taste, so he's an idiot, whatever. But, like, we're not doing this anymore. No.
I just think maybe sometimes you can solve a lot of your problems through communication. But what do I know?
Oh. You drove this.
Oh, thanks.
That's all right.
He was meant to fall in love with me.
Did you say anything to him?
I showed him my face. It didn't work.
You know where we haven't been in a long time? The Electric Owl.
I've never been to the Electric Owl.
Stop! No! No!
Must have been your other girlfriend.
You got to keep it tight, Doc.
You know you're in the friend zone if she texts you so casually. Like, she'll send like 5 messages in a row, typos all over the place. Like, we'll respond right away. It doesn't really matter if she responds in like 2 hours or like right away. Like, she won't care. Like, it will just kind of come through. You know you're in the friend zone. Because when we like someone, we are meticulous about our messages. There will not be a typo. We will take time thinking about it. Each message will be super intentional, and we won't have those like long stringy words, and we'll probably like overthink emojis and that kind of stuff.
See, I already knew where she was going to go with it, but I already knew there was going to be women in the comments. I already knew there was going to be women in the comments talking about this is bull crap. Somebody in the comments said, maturing is realizing social media relationship advice is almost always not applicable to your situation. Life is so nuanced. Experience it for yourself. Another woman says, not really. If I really like you, I'll respond right away. If I don't like you, that's when I barely respond. Another woman says, who is we? And it goes on down the line. Please stop saying stupid stuff like this. You're going to get women in trouble.
70% of divorces that happen over 40 are initiated by women. Okay, why is that? Now, I'm not trying to keep everybody married. I'm not trying to get everybody pregnant. I'm just asking people to think of their hormones. Well, as she loses these hormones, there are so many brain changes that are happening. And because she doesn't understand herself, she thinks it's your problem. She thinks it's her teenage kid's problems. She thinks it's her aging parents' problem. She thinks it's work's problem. She doesn't go, oh, okay, wait, I've got some neurochemical changes going on in my brain that I need to make sure that my lifestyle supports. And she doesn't, since that conversation isn't open, she turns on everybody else. For years, I had so many women that came into my clinic and they said, whatever you do, please help me stay out of my doctor's office. And I was like, why? Because they don't understand me. And when they don't understand me, all they do is give me an antidepressant. And I feel so lost in what I'm supposed to do to help my own brain health, help my own body health. And we start dishing out supplements and prescriptions when there's a lifestyle that women are working against.
Police say they are now investigating this wild video. It's been seen all over social media. It shows Chipotle employees trying to stop a customer who comes behind the counter to make her own food. It all happened on December 21st at the Chipotle on 30th Street in Northeast. Once it's almost done, an employee tries to take the bowl. She hits him. Police say she got another full bowl before leaving. At this time, no charges have been filed. That is wild.
I'm going to get my guac and my queso on the house.
Quick story time on how I went out on a date with a bum monkey again. So I met him a month prior to this dinner date, and when I met him, it was at the gas station. He had pulled up in an orange Lambo, but I wasn't too much looking at it. I'm minding my business. So then he ends up pulling up to my pump, and he was like, yo, can I get your number? Like, you're beautiful. I want to talk to you. Like, let's go out sometime. And I had gave him my Instagram, and he ended up following me on Instagram. Now, his whole Instagram page, when you look at it, it look like he having a whole lot of motion. He's in his bag, and he's just living life. So fast forward a month later, he was hitting me up like frequently within this month, but I wasn't really texting back. My text back game is literally trash. But anyways, I had decided to go out on a dinner date with him when he did ask me what I was doing one day. So boom, we planned to go to the Mexican, and the Mexican was like right down the street from my house. It's like a low-key Mexican spot, but they have some good food and good drinks. So I was down to go. Let's do it. So he meets me up there at the Mexican. I didn't want him knowing where I stayed at. He offered to pick me up, but he was like, no, let's meet up there. So he pulled up in the orange Lambo, cool, and I pulled up in my car, and we get out and we go in the Mexican restaurant. So we get seated, we up there ordering food, we ordering drinks, and we having a good time. So the bill comes, and when the bill comes, the lady gives it to him automatically, but my nosy, I'm over here looking, and it only comes up to like $120. I'm like, oh, that's not bad. Y'all know the Mexican really not that expensive. So he was like, hold on one second, I gotta go to the restroom. I'm like, cool. So he gets up and he goes to the bathroom. I'm still like drinking, enjoying myself. I'm up here making TikToks in my own little world, and I'm not realizing, well, I look at the time because I finally realized that this has been like 40 minutes since he's been in the bathroom. What are you doing in this bathroom? So at this point, I'm just looking around and I'm paying attention because I'm like, damn, this really been in the bathroom over 40 minutes. Like, what the f you doing? So literally shortly after that, he comes out of the bathroom and he walks really fast and he heads out of the door. So I get up and I go behind him because I'm like, what the f you doing? And I'm not going out the door, but I look outside of the window on the door, and I see that this man gets in his car and he literally speeds off. Like, what the f wrong? What? So anyways, I walked back to the table because the waiter was really nice. Like, I was not even finna do him like that. So the bill was only, like I said, $120. So I just reached in my wallet, grabbed my card, and I paid for it because what the f. And then he must not know, like, I'm a real boss bitch. I sell digital products. I do it all. Like, I make over $200 a day from digital products. So what are we talking about? But yeah, I paid the waiter and I make sure I tipped him good, and that was that. But my whole thing is, why would you speed off and leave me there with the bill? And God, he blocked me on Instagram and everything. But from the looks of it, you would think that like his shit was together. Why are you leaving me with the bill? But long story short, watch who y'all go on dates with, because some of these men is a facade. That never happened to me before, and that shit was crazy. And if you're interested in getting in your digital product bag, make sure that you guys DM me the word digital. I'm still helping people out. You can make up to $200 a day. Okay? And it's passive income, Bookie. So DM me.
Well, be boss and pay that $120 bill. Don't forget to tip about 20-30%. Show them how much of a boss you are. Take it up to 50% if you want. Show us how much of a boss you are within digital products. Digitally pay this bill.
Oh, okay. So if a wife wakes up before her husband to make his breakfast and pack his lunch, she needs to stop babying him because he needs some responsibility. But if a husband were to do the same exact thing for his wife and wake up before her to pack her lunch and make her breakfast, you have it so good. You have the best husband ever. Yeah, the double standard. And I think a certain gender may be a little entitled.
If you say I want a man that make $100,000, you eliminated 85% of all men. 85%, that leaves you 15%. Half of that 15% is married. 7.5%, half of them gay. Or live an alternative lifestyle. Take that down to 3.5%, 4% that you got to choose from. Then you want him over 6 feet, 2%. He can't be obese, 1%. You don't like Sagittarius, Leos, or Cancers. Well, now you at 0.5% of a man that you got to look for. You got to find him, and then he got to like you back. That type of man that makes that type of money has requirements for a woman too that now you have to meet. This is why so many women are struggling that make money when they step out here into the dating.
Now, I think this is what Cooley was trying to say from the No Fugazi podcast the other time he was on this show, but it just came out wrong, or maybe it was just wrong message or right message. But I think this is what he was trying to say.
So I'm going to be real with you. Some of you men are in terrible situations because you have no dick discipline. Now, listen, I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, so I work with y'all. And despite what everybody say, black men do go to therapy. Some of y'all have no dick discipline. The scenarios that y'all put yourselves in make no sense. Additionally, some of you women, one of the reasons why you invalidate men who go to therapy and express their emotions is because if they actually became self-actualized, if they actually started having emotional IQ, they would realize that you are a vapid mess. It's crazy. So I get it. Because like, if they realize how much they deserved, some of them, you would be out of a job. You would be out of a job. Some of the like literally walking men through scenarios and they're not realizing that they are being emotionally abused. This woman don't ask about your day. She constantly telling you ain't about yourself, but you crack that back like a glow stick. Get some dick discipline.
Let me tell you something that's probably not going to surprise you as a dude. There's dudes all in the comments. We got to protect this lady. I agree with her. Us men, not even mad. She's spitting facts. Let me ask and see if you know any modern women that when this type of accountability hits them, they be all in the comments, or do they be trying to get the account reported? Let me know.
If a woman should have a choice to keep a baby when she don't want it, a man should have a choice to a baby when he don't want it. Please, equality. That's what they fighting for.
Is it just me? But I've never witnessed my grandmother pick up her phone and call her friend girls or her lady friends at church and discuss anything with anybody about what my granddad was doing in the home, especially when it came down to something financially. I never seen that. So it puzzles my mind when I see grown women using social media as an outlet to come share everything about what their husbands and their partners are doing in the home. Ladies, do y'all not know men are no longer the ones that's doing the chasing? Women are. And these women are going after these men like animals. Y'all actually think that when men are able to trick, they did a lot of work to do that? No, we help them. That outside woman, majority of the time, know everything about that inside woman that she need to know. All she had to do was go on her social media platform, swipe up 2 or 3 times. You gave her everything that she needed to know. Now all she got to figure out is a way for her to get in. That's all. The moral of the story is learn how to keep your mouth closed. Sometimes you block your blessings by running your mouth too much. My golden rule for my house is what goes on in my house stays in my house. And if it leak out, somebody got to get out.
You know what's actually so hilarious? Just so comical. Is if you tell somebody, oh my gosh, my boyfriend, he doesn't look at any other girl sexually. He's literally kind to everybody. He doesn't watch porn. He's never slept with any other girls. He's not a player. He's grateful for literally everything. He's a man, like he's masculine. He protects me. I never have to question if he's going to be loyal or not. I never have to question if he'll take charge. He wants kids and he'll be the best dad ever. His only focus will be his family. I never have to ask him to do anything. He'll just do it. He wants me to be the only person he makes love with in his entire life. He's not following a bunch of naked models on Instagram. He's an amazing man. everyone, every single girl will be like, where did you find him? Who is this guy? That's exactly what I'm looking for. That's exactly what every girl is looking for. And then the moment you say, oh, he's Christian. Oh, he believes in God. He prays with me. He prays for me. He believes in something greater than him. He believes in Jesus. Then all of a sudden it's, oh, or stop forcing your faith on me. Okay.
Now, as much as I appreciate the shout out, I think this has some nuance to it, because as we've seen in other situations, it don't matter what religion you are. If you're a trash person and you don't want to be saved, you don't want to be corrected, you don't want to have any accountability, then you're going to do whatever you're going to do, right? So you can go to church, you can believe in whatever you want to believe in, but you still need to vet that man or that woman to make sure that they are who they say they are.
Would you date a guy that makes $75K a year? That's so cute. No.
Social media has tricked us into thinking $75,000 a year is not a good income and that this is normal. But in 2024, the median annual wage wasn't even $60,000. So let's look at the stats. If you want a roughly age-matched man who's tall enough, makes $80,000 a year of any appearance and education, doesn't smoke, isn't married, and isn't obese, you're looking at less than 0.1% of all men in the US. Not to mention, you're probably only dating in your geography, so this is tough.
How much do you expect him to make?
$1 million-ish?
$1 million.
$1 million a year? Less than 24,000 men in the entire country fit that bill. And let's be real, a lot of women are chasing after this very small pool of men, so you gotta ask yourself, what do I bring to the table? Are you undeniably hot and successful? Super impressive in your own right? And do you guys even have things in common? And let me be clear, it's not wrong to want a financially stable partner, but we should reframe our expectations around what an honest living actually looks like. If you want to have a millionaire in your family, you'd be better off becoming one yourself, and I can teach you how. Follow me.
You just told them to pull their heads out of their behinds. That's never going to be anything that modern women do.
Why are there some women on there capable of acting cool and calm at work, yet behave irritable at home around her loved ones?
Well, that's kind of a tough question because, like, you have to act nice and, like, professional in the workplace or else you're labeled as a bitch. So then once you get home and you can kind of put down that wall.
But doesn't that prove that women are capable of controlling their emotions?
Yeah, but when you're at home in your own thing, like, it should be whatever.
Even around the people that you love, that you should be nice to and respect?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all love. You guys can come back together.
I feel like I give boss, and I'm very dominant.
I don't give a fuck you give.
But you know what the thing is with me? I need somebody that knows how to tame me real good. So you have to.
Are you a caged animal? Why the fuck I gotta tame you?
I am a caged animal.
That's a problem. You need therapy.
No,
okay?
I've been to therapy.
You don't need to tame a woman. Why the fuck I want to come home after dealing with all that shit and then have to tame my girl? Like as if you some animal.
It's not like you have to tame me in a sense of like if there's something going on every single day. It has to do with like, you know, a day-to-day thing as far as like, you know, I might be in a bad mood or I might be trying to do something that I want to do and you're telling me not to do what I want to do and I might want to do it. So that might be combative for me because I'm very bossy. I'm very bossy. I'm sorry. I like things my way or the fucking highway.
She talking about, oh, I'm 27, you know what I'm saying? And I like things my way or the highway, whoop the whoop. Well, listen to me. This is why you're at a dating show inside of a studio right now. Okay? Because you're still dealing with these issues, baby.
Like, I will not put this car in drive and go to the house and satisfy you.
I mean, you don't satisfy me enough.
Who don't?
You.
I will satisfy you in the morning. Oh. I will satisfy you during the day. I will satisfy you at night. I will satisfy you whenever you want. You can get it for a snack too.
Oh! Oh!
Are you sure you're ready for this?
Oh! I'm ready, but...
Oh! Are you ready to go home and drop them drawers?
Oh! Oh!
No, are you ready? Because I don't think you're ready for this. And don't be scared either.
Oh, I ain't scared, baby. I ain't scared, yeah!
Don't be playing with me like I won't satisfy you. I will.
Listen, man, if you're not ready, then say you're not ready. Just say you're not ready. Tell her, give me a day or two. Let me get myself back in the game.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to feel like the man is really the prize. I don't know why.
Hell, girl, no.
I'm starting to feel like men are really the prize. literally, as a woman, we can date whoever we want, but we can't marry who we want. One of them says, "What are the odds of?" I know. Let's be real. You have to wait for the man to ask you to marry him. You have to wait for the man to ask you to be his girlfriend. You have to wait for the man to ask you out on a date. All these kind of things we're waiting on a man to do.
How about you have multiple? So you're not waiting on nobody.
But the ones that you really want, they don't want you.
What?
The ones that you really want.
Who are you speaking for?
It's the truth. Realistically speaking, they want that one guy who was taking forever to claim them. That's not how it is. Yes.
You know what blows my mind? The amount of women in my comments saying, no, if we both work and we both whatever, it should be 50-50. Allah yakhrib baitik. I wish I could literally hold you and shake you and explain to you how detrimental what you're doing to yourself is. With that mentality, you will never attract a man who is a man of men. Because if a man is very comfortable with doing 50-50 and has no problem with it, that's not a man.
It's a business transaction as well.
That's not a man. See, with that, they will tell you but isn't it a business transaction when you want the man to pay for everything? But honestly, if you wanna make it so icky and take it down to that, life is a business transaction. Everything in life is a business transaction. It's not necessarily monetarily. It can be energetically. It can be with love. It can be with feelings. But everything in this life is a business transaction. And if you think otherwise, well, you're fooling yourself.
A woman in the comments said, you know what blows my mind? How you are convincing a majority of women not to be self-sufficient and independent. If the same man one day decides to leave them, then what? If a woman is happy to grow and build a life together, let them be. This lifestyle could have been ideal during our grandma's day and age, but with everything around us, both men and women can thrive together and can be happy. I love your views usually, but here I respectfully disagree. Here's another comment. I don't think you provided a clear reason why it makes a man less manly to be a supportive partner by taking care of his things or at least sharing the responsibility. My man is king. He is muscular and does the heavy lifting, and I bring the heart and nurturing, and that has absolutely nothing to do with responsibility and daily chores. And here's the last one. And by the way, these are women saying this. I see it more as a team. Both love each other. Both take care of the house together, both take care of children to become a happy family, both support each other. And if there is a moment in which we cannot contribute, in which one cannot contribute, the other will lift their partner up emotionally, economically, and in any way that is needed. My partner and I are a team. Exactly. When you get online and you say silly stuff like this, I'm so glad that there are women and men out there that still use their common sense.